Hey, what's happening, everybody? I have my Superman shirt on today because you all asked some super questions, and I feel super questions deserve super answers. So here we go. First one comes to us from Jeannie Tens, and Jeannie asks, how does a person handle the stress and guilt when the time comes that you have to place your mom in a nursing home and she doesn't have money and is on Medicare? My mom is currently in the hospital for an infection, but now her mind is confused. She's 82 years old. She has 5 living children who are unable to care for the needs she requires. Thanks for taking time to read this. Jeannie, two things. One, I recommend that instead of focusing on now, I recommend going all the way back to the time you were born. And when you were born, ask yourself, what was the reason that you were born? Did your mom bring you into this world to be stressed, to struggle, to feel guilt, to feel anxiety about taking care of her? I doubt it. Because that would be a pretty, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. That's pretty premeditated, right? That would make your mom pretty calculating to think that, okay, 40, 50 years ago, whatever it is, I'm going to have this kid that's going to be able to grow up and stress and take care of me and feel guilty. That's what I want for my child. I have yet to meet a parent that would want that for their kids, that has a kid purposely so the kid can stress and struggle and feel guilty. I've yet to meet that parent. And so I say that to you because reconnect with that part of yourself. There was a reason your mom had you, and the reason was not for you to feel that way, to feel guilt. In fact, I imagine the reason was to feel loved, to feel cared for, to feel comfortable, to be happy. And so why not focus on honoring your mom in that way, right? And this brings you back to the present of what is it that your mom would want for you? What would she want for you? Would she want you to stress? Would she want you to struggle? Would she want her remaining days on this earth to be you associating her to stress, struggle, and worry? I doubt it. I would imagine that your mom would want your time with her and her remaining days for you to form a really strong bond of love, connection, understanding, forgiveness, all those types of things. So think about that. How is your mom going to want to spend her time? What is she going to want to leave you with? Is it stress? Is it struggle? Is it worry? Is it guilt? If that is, by all means, keep doing it. Because remember, struggle and guilt and stress and worry, those aren't required. That's a choice. It's a voluntary feeling. It's how we're perceiving something. There's no agreement that says when somebody gets to this point, we have to stress. There's no agreement when somebody gets to some point that says we have to feel guilty. There's nothing in any sort of contract that says you are forced to feel this way or that. It's a choice. And the choice is made when we choose to focus on a part of our parent that likely doesn't even exist. Focus on the love from your mom, the love you have for her, the love she has for you. How would she want you to remember her by? Stress, struggle, worry, or happiness, love, and joy? Connect to those things. Get back to where you were born. Connect to that. Connect to what your mom would want in the present, and I think you're going to feel a shift in that way. Good question. Question number 2. Oops, my thing just turned off. Question number 2 comes to us from, how do I get it back? There we go. Michelle Forst. And Michelle asks, I have a paralyzed dog, but I'm trying to get him back walking. He had his operation 8 months ago. This is a very slow progress, and how do I stop worrying about how I deal with things? He's okay in himself, but I feel I'm not doing enough for him. I like this question, Michelle, because you kind of answered it. He's okay. Dogs are so amazing because they do not go through things emotionally that we do. They don't put all that unnecessary stress and worry and angst and guilt. There's a book I recommend for you to read, and I recommend for everybody to read. And it's called The Art of Racing in the Rain. And it's this beautiful story told by the perspective of the dog. And it's through the dog's life and how the dog eventually transitions into his next life. And there's no stress, there's no worry, there's no guilt, there's no anxiety. There's only love from the dog. Only love. Now, if your dog wasn't happy, if your dog didn't seem like he was doing okay, I bet you he'd let you know. He'd probably come nudge you or bark a little differently or whatnot or whine a little bit more, but he's not doing that. Because he recognizes that you're doing all those things. So the best thing that you can do, and probably the thing that he does need more than anything right now, is just love. You can't love at your highest level if you're focusing on guilt, stress, and worry. We have, this is like a multitasking thing. Emotionally, we're not multitaskers. We have primary emotions that pop up, and we need to just allow ourselves to feel them and give those. And if your primary ones are stress, worry, guilt, Dogs are smart. Dogs in a lot of cases are a lot smarter than people are, so they're going to pick up on it. And how's that going to make him feel to know that he's the source of your stress, worry, guilt? Just show him love. Show him love. Every time you see him, smile. Go up and hug him. Give him a kiss on the nose. Scratch his belly. Rub his ears. All those things. Dogs do not require a lot because they're so grateful for what they get. Express the same gratitude towards him and give him more of what he wants. And that goes for everybody, not just dogs, but cats and people as well. Just give people more of what they want. Do things from a place of love first, and I think you'll see a radically different change in your patient and how you feel. All right, guys, awesome questions as always. Super questions. Hope you had super answers. We'll do this again next week. If you found value in this video, please share it with your friends and family. Make sure you like, and I would love to hear what you guys think, your feedback, your comments, so please leave one below. I always enjoy reading them, and I'll see you guys next week.